All right, guys, how you doing? Just got off the bike, just got a 1 hour workout in. I'm really sorry if you hear this buzzing in the background. This is my 3 or 4 year old laptop MacBook Pro computer. The fan inside is making this horrible noise. It's on its last leg. It doesn't really like the cold. We're not turning on our heat, so it makes that noise. I'm really sorry. 5 year Whole Foods plant-based blood test. You think I'm deficient in anything? Let's take a look. So again, this is 5 years of eating a whole foods plant-based diet. I started in January 2011. It's now January 2016. To give you just a little bit of background, I am 6 feet tall. I weighed myself this morning. I'm 188 pounds. Let's check out the blood test. Cholesterol level 166. That's pretty good. We're looking for ideally for below 150. Triglycerides, everything's pretty much in the range. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is the LDL. Little concern. 94 is a little bit close to the upper edge of the range. Not really sure why. The fats that I get in my diet are flax and chia seeds every day, about a tablespoon. I eat probably the equivalent of maybe 2 avocados a week. And any other fats? Nuts, maybe a serving of nuts a day. I'm eating my oatmeal right now. I like putting a handful of nuts in my oatmeal. That's about it for the fats. Am I too concerned about it? No. Moving on, hemoglobin A1C. That's a good kind of a long-term projection of how your blood sugar has been. I think in the past 2 to 3 months, right in the range, right? Perfect. Urinalysis. Not really sure why I had that done, but again, everything is in normal ranges and nothing really to be concerned about there. Page 2, fasting blood glucose. So this was a fasting blood test. I didn't eat for about 12 hours. Fasting blood glucose, eating carbs all the time. All carbs all the time. Fasting blood glucose is 81, which is spot on, right where it should be. Yes, I'm eating carbs all the time, but it's whole plant foods in the perfect package, just what us humans were made to eat and digest. They have fiber, they have water, they have vitamins and nutrients, they have proteins, they have carbohydrates, they have everything we need. And if you are eating whole plant foods, even if it is 60, 70, 80% carbohydrates, you will not get type 2 diabetes. Albumin, I want to point out albumin. There's a couple that are low and high, the ones that are bolded on this second page. Albumin is a protein made by the liver, and the range here is 2.6 to 4.3. Online, a website online gave another range of 3.4 to 4.5. If we were to go by the online range, I would be right in that range as well. But high levels usually mean dehydration or increase or a diet high in protein. Well, my diet isn't high in protein. I might have been a little dehydrated because it was the morning of. I had just woken up. I hadn't eaten or drank anything. It's very possible that I might have been dehydrated. Am I worried about that? Negative. Vitamin B12, something that we are encouraged to supplement as we're not really getting B12. Source of B12 is usually animal products. It comes from a bacteria in the soil. We're not really getting a whole lot. Do I supplement with B12? Yes, not regularly though. I'm not very good about I take a sublingual liquid maybe once a week, so I'm not very good about it. But regardless, the vitamin B12 level is still right in the middle of that range at 525. Folate, ferritin, all good. Excuse me, vitamin D. Vitamin D is a little bit on the low side, and I will say that in the blood tests that I've gotten in the past, my vitamin D levels have been low. I am also supplementing, again, not very regularly, very sporadically, with a vitamin D tablet, and I should be taking more of that more often. But again, it's still within the range, a little bit on the low side. Not a big deal, but that's something that I can improve on. Arsenic. I want to point out arsenic. I wanted to get my arsenic checked because I made a movie on rice a little while ago, and there's been some stuff floating around in social media about how rices, depending on where they're grown, have higher levels of arsenic than others. I eat a lot of rice, so I thought, hey, why not get it checked? I heard that arsenic levels can be picked up better in the urine rather than in a blood test, but regardless, my arsenic levels were almost off the charts low. So no problems there with arsenic in the blood. Thyroid, good thyroid levels, right within that range. What else? Hematocrit, moving down. Hematocrit's the volume percent of red blood cells in the blood. So this is a good measure for athletes who want to be competitive, endurance athletes. Hematocrit, I mean hemoglobin, red blood count, that's all within the normal range. Going to the last page, going to the last page here, I want to point out iron. Iron's very important especially for endurance athletes. It's good for oxygen transport in the red blood cells. That's really good. And again, iron is something else. It's something else that we think of as only in animal products or really high levels in animal products. That's where you want to get it. I take a special effort to eat lots of iron in my diet, so that's no problem there. A couple things on this page that are higher, that are low, are really not that big of a deal, and I'm not really concerned about it. So there's my blood test. And you can pause it. You can go back and pause it anytime you want and look more closely. You can feel free to ask as many questions as you want. Feel free to leave a question or comment if you are more experienced with one of those measurements. And if you have a question, I'd be more than happy to answer it. But guys, 5 years on this lifestyle, and I feel terrific. Every single day I wake up and feel great. I work out really, really hard every single day. I recover like a champ to work out hard the next day. If you or someone you know is suffering from high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, diabetes, this is the lifestyle for you. Give it a try. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose besides a few of the foods that you may really like but that are killing you? Eliminate the foods that are causing the disease. Eat whole plant foods, and you'll kick these chronic diseases. A couple resources real quick to guide you to. Look up Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Neil Barnard, T. Colin Campbell, Dr. Michael Greger. Those are some doctors to look up. They have lots of books out. Facebook group, Let Food Be Thy Medicine, is a great Facebook group for support and those who are just starting the journey. Connect with someone on Facebook. There are tons of whole plant food, vegan YouTube channels out there. Some that are more supportive than others, so you got to kind of sift through those. But it's so easy. Get started. This is the right lifestyle for you. Tons of energy, never tired, recovering. I'm a competitive athlete. Don't you think after 5 years as a competitive athlete, I'd be low on one of these numbers? It's not happening because everything we need is provided in the diet. Thanks for watching, guys.